Hey there, fellow Factorians. Owners here, back with a brand new series. Yes, we are playing Factory Town, and before we get into that, it's a brand new year. We had a bit of a break after the end of the Dyson Sphere Program series, which was a load of fun, and I thought we've been having a lot of enjoyment with some new games, so Factory Town, towards the end of last year, November, December, released its 1.0 version. Now, if you're not familiar with the game, it's been in development for quite some time, and it's very much similar to all these other kind of production management games. We'll get into the details as we go through. With that said, let's just jump in. So I have played the first 4 campaigns, I think it is, and there's a lot of stuff, particularly like trains, as we see flying past there, trains, and there's even logic in here that you don't really touch on in the early campaigns. I'm hoping to get to those points because it's actually quite deep. The game, I did find, and we'll get to this as we go through, I did find some of the things just seem a little unnecessary, a little overly complicated for the sake of complication. So anyway, we are not going into the campaign. There we go. Look at that. I did the first 4 campaigns. We are just going to go custom. We are going to leave everything at default, and let's just have a look at what those settings are, just to make sure everyone's familiar with it. The interesting things are, probably not the start state, but the victory conditions. You can edit these, of course, and make your whatever conditions you want, but for the default victory conditions, tech level 10 and build a Omni Temple. So hopefully we get there, but we're just going to go through and have a play. So this is it. It's definitely, the graphics are, I really love it. That low polygon, but really detailed for a low polygon kind of setup. The pawns are very much sort of a RimWorld-esque kind of person, and they're the ones who do all our work. So without further ado, let's select one person and right-click to get them to chop wood, and then right-click to get them to drop wood. So they do need to be told where to take stuff. It's not enough to just get them to do some harvesting. We've actually got to tell them also where to drop it off. They're not very smart. They're not very smart. So we have started. This is the bare minimum start. There is nothing. I'm actually going to get this guy to stop doing that because that's probably very low priority at this point. As with most of these games, getting some sort of basic technology up and running is the key. So with that in mind, let's have a look at, if I can remember, what all the hotkeys were. R for research. There we go. Okay, so there is a lot of research. It's not so much a tech tree as just a tech list, but there's a lot of different kinds of research. It is really quite complex. And of main note at this point is we have houses, and we'll get into those in a minute. We have workers, and obviously our current worker limit is 4, so this is the maximum number of workers we can have. You can just place more when you get the limit increased, but they also used for buildings, which we'll also get to. So first off, I need to remember what the buttons are. There we go. B for build. It's actually got a really good search facility in the buildings because it's kind of, the structure's a bit hard to follow, but if we want to build a house, we are going to build a house. So we'll build a couple of houses and see how much wood we have. That's kind of, that's good. We'll build a bit of a path. You have to connect your houses up with roads. That is important. It is also important to build roads for where the people are going, because that is actually speeds up, as you can see. They're a lot quicker. All right. So we have some houses. We have some wood coming in. Let's have a look at what we need to get to the next tech level because, well, first of all, what do we actually want to be researching? Woodworking is definitely kind of a key factory requirement, and I mean all these things. We'll get to the chutes, definitely. Masonry, oh my, so many things. But if we go back into our buildings, we definitely want to build a forester, which is locked behind forestry. Okay. That is, sorry. Lumber mill. That's what I wanted. I've got to remember all these things now. Lumber mill. So it requires 5 wood, 5 stone and 20 wood, and we have 20 wood and 5 stone available. So we'll build a lumber mill, and we'll put it over here next to the trees. Now, okay, this doesn't actually, it doesn't do any harvesting for us. This just turns our wood into whatever. And at the moment, all we can make is planks and paper. So I'm going to get someone starting to make some planks. And that actually, you'll see now, our worker limit went up by 1. So we have 1 worker in here. And this interface here it's pretty good. We can increase the number of workers, and that increases the production per second. Now, that's production per second. It's not units per second. As we see, we increase that, it goes up by half a production a second. Now, the thing is, you see down here, we have planks. It requires 1 wood and 3 work units to do this. So, with 1 worker here, we're actually producing 1 production a second, 1 work unit a second. I'm just going to call it production, it's quicker. 1 production a second, which means this will take 3 seconds to do. So we could ramp this up and have 5 workers here to get 1 plank a second, provided we had, obviously, 1 wood a second, but we're just gonna roll a little bit easy here, a little bit easy. All right. So we need to actually get a new person, and this person is going to harvest and drop off in here. And we also need another person to pick up the planks and drop off in our town centre. Now, there's other storage options. Well, all these things will happen eventually. But you'll see also here our houses, they have happiness. Now, we want to get our house happiness up higher. There are rewards for it, population caps, but mainly it is where we provide our money. And all the different coins, different products, everything will become clear. We're a long way. We're a long way from everything, but tech. All right. So, tech level 1 of 10. All right, let's go back to our buildings. Buildings. We cannot yet build a school. So a school requires tech level 2, and to get to tech level 2, we just need 20 planks. And yeah, we've got some planks being produced. They're coming in. Once we hit that, we're straight up to tech level 2. There is no sort of other requirement for science per se. However, now that we have unlocked all these things, we actually have to research them. So at this point, we can start. We have unlocked the school. So we now have a school. So we want to build a school for sure. That it is a very important thing. But we're gonna just before I get too far, another great feature. We can move buildings. This is honestly just it doesn't make sense in a kind of realism kind of way, but boy is it a wonderful quality of life thing to have. So the model of that is you can just build stuff anywhere. So I'm going to build our school. I'm just going to build it here. R to rotate, by the way. And now we have a school. Now, we want a school to do some buildings, and the things we want to research are going to be woodworking, which needs coins and that, as well as, so this is our research, and this is money. So we need money for everything. We'll figure out how to do that, but we want to make some general research points. So we need to make some books, and books are made in a lumber mill. We saw that before. Now, we can add multiple recipes to a. Sorry, they're not made in a lumber mill. I'm getting very confused here. Okay, we can have multiple recipes in our area, and provided they have the materials for it, they will share the requirements. So here, this one is not running because we have no water. So we are going to build a well, which takes 25 stone, and we only have 15. All right. So we're going to have to either wait, or we can just drop down a couple more guys grabbing some stone. And stone's not that important at this point in the game, so it is a fair way away. Which what we could do, I think, would be a nice thing to do is have a crate. And we'll pop that there for now. We'll get these guys to drop their stuff off here, and then get you to do that. All right. So now they don't have as far to go, and this storage counts. As you see, that's ticking up a lot quicker now than it was. but it only has 20 storage. So we'll still have this one guy going back and forwards, and when this is full, maybe we'll just ditch it. Okay, so that means we can now build our well, and we will build the well right next to here. Now, the next little annoyance, I think, is pipes. Pipes require research. They require tech level 3 and some other research. So what we need to do is we need to get another little person. In fact, we're not out of people. We're out of gold. Okay. We'll get you once you've dropped yours off. There we go. You can now pick up water and drop it off there. All right, so early game, managing our people, very important. Later game, look, not so much so. So how do we get money? Well, there's a couple of buildings that we need to get. First of all, a food market will be wonderful. We'll pop that over here. Make that connected up, so everything's connected by the road. Now, we can just drop any kinds of foods shown here, one of which is grain. So let's grab this little guy. Actually, is 20 stone going to be enough? No, probably not. All right, so get you to grab that and drop it here. And now we are supplying grain to the people. As you can see, there's lots of other foods. A lot of these are, like some of these are basics, and then you get into some more processed kind of foods, butter, cheeses, there's breads, there's sandwiches, maybe not here, might be a tavern, anyway. So that's one thing. And then the other thing to do is a general store. General store, there we go. All right. And you'll see, I didn't point out with the market here, but they all have a sphere of influence, a radius of influence, I guess, in this case. And that is just the houses that they affect. So what does this guy take? Well, this guy just takes kind of some random things. We can put planks here, but early on, planks are very, very important. So our little paper guy is we're not actually using the paper yet, so that's fine. All right. So workshop. Workshop is locked behind woodworking. All right. You can rotate. R rotates when you have a building selected. It also brings up the research menu. Very annoying. All right. Woodworking. Not enough player resources because we haven't got our paper yet. Our research points. All right. Let us get our now. What is the building that I am looking for? Laboratory. No, that's definitely not it. School. Yeah, it is. It is the school. We need to bring the paper to the school. That is definitely the problem. All right, paper to the school. All right, and this will start to produce our research. Now, this provides 1 research point. Books provide 10 research points for paper and cloth or leather. Again, all things that we need to get going. So, this paper is just relying on wood. We need a little bit more wood production coming in, so let's get a couple more of these guys doing that. There we go. All right, things are looking good. We've got 2 guys here getting wood from out here, and only 1 going in here. That's better. It's a better ratio. We don't need to build this up too far. We can always transfer stuff over in the future. All right, so we have planks, we have paper. This is our inputs here. We can see our wood is kind of staying somewhat simple. There's our paper guy. Bring that in. We could put another road for them, but I don't know, that's probably a bit of overkill. What we could actually do at this point is move this so it's opposite, and then that'll mean that our paper guy doesn't have to move as far. Although, I just noticed that is now blocking the area, which means we'll do that, and then they'll be able to get through. All right. Yeah. We will need to connect that so that we get the happiness over here to this. So this is like a market for research. Okay. And now the other thing is experience points. As these go up, the houses level up, and that's how we can then increase the level of our town centre, which allows us to do other stuff. kind of maxing out on people now, bringing the wood in. So we can just delete people. And they just go back into the pool. They're not lost forever. That's fine. All right. So we have 32 research now. If we go into our research panel, we can get woodworking. No, we still need 50 coins. All right, we're still going with the coins. We can get grain processing, which we'll do. Right, so we've unlocked a food mill now. The reason why we get that is if we build our food mill, we will build it here, and I'll put it across there. All right, we'll get a road up here to it. Now, this guy can take our grain and make flour. And if we come over here, our grain sells for 1 yellow coin. Our flour sells for 4 yellow coins and provides 4 experience points. It only provides 1 happiness, so you get the same amount of happiness, but it takes consume for longer. They're happier for longer. Yeah. So what we want to do now is get our guy here who is harvesting our grain to drop it off there. And yes, we do need to get another person to pick up our flour and drop it off here. We might need more people harvesting grain because this requires 3 flour, and yeah, we're not anywhere near there yet. So we'll pop a couple of these guys down. There you go, and that'll help our population cap goes up. Wonderful. We get some more houses, which means more profits. All right, I'm just going to run a line out here, and we're going to build some houses out of the way because houses don't need to be anywhere special. All right, there we go. There's our 4 houses. I hate that. I hate that arrangement. So we're going to move this one over to here. See the power of the move. It's so good. All right, and that one over there. All right. So now we have our houses over here. We can have a look at the things that they want. The happiness. So as you see, they've got no water. We won't be able to give them water until we get pipes. So we're not going to bother about that. All right. This guy, his level of flour is looking pretty good, and the flour's coming in here. So what else can we provide here to get our money coming up? Well, we could do fish if we had a fishing boat. I don't think people can actually fish in this game. It looks like they can. All right. That'll be a fairly slow burn. No route to target. Okay, it looks like they can't get on that slope, or maybe it's just because of the fact that it's water. Yeah, you can disappear now. All right, our money is coming in much more quickly. We've got an upgrade to our town centre, which will cost us 20 coins, which is fine. We've got the money for that research still. Let's bring up the research. Don't rotate. Bring up the research, and let's get our woodworking. All right, so we now have a barn, which is just massive storage. We have a workshop, very important, and chutes. Oh my goodness, beautiful things. And we've unlocked wagons. Okay, lots of things to take note of. First of all, I think it is time that we started making some better things for our school. All right, I'm just looking at some setups. Okay, let's get a lumber mill making some paper over here. So we will just have this one making planks, and we're going to change this one to a lumber mill. I'm actually going to put it. Okay. Let's work the other way around here. Let's move the school there, and now that's going to be fed from the workshop, which we will put there, and we'll run a road out this way. I think that'll do it. Let's spin you around that way, and we'll get you making a. I was going to make a book, but we can't make a book yet, can we? Because we also need cloth, or we need leather. We can make cloth from our cotton, and we do have cotton. All right, looks like we are moving. We are moving our school over to here, and again, look at the power of the move tool. It is pretty good in my opinion. All right, you'll need to go to there, and then we'll want to use our Q dropper to create a lumber mill, which we'll put here, and then we'll run this up there like so. All right, now you, my friend, are doing research. You are going to be making cloth from. We've got to make sure what we've got here. We've got cotton here, so this is wool and this is cotton. They both make cloth, and then we're going to be making a book from the cotton and from that. All right. And you are going to be making paper. All right, and then that means we need our well over here. We need you over here. All right. So now we're going to turn off the paper here. We are going to get you over here doing your well duties over here. Because, you know, that's the kind of thing that you just love doing, don't you? So you're now just making planks, which is great. You can see our level of wood is actually a little higher than necessary, so you can come over here and do some harvesting over here. We've got heaps of people to play with, so I'm going to pop in a few more here. We'll get these two getting wood here, so these will be making wood for the paper. We'll have you bringing up the paper and dropping it off here, and we'll have you picking up books and dropping books off here. You picking up books and dropping off here. And then we also need a couple of guys grabbing some cotton. And that will get us our cloth. All right. Now, we may need to increase the speed of this. We'll see how we go, because we'll want this to be doing much quicker. But obviously, if our supply of cloth and cotton can't keep up, then we'll go. All right, so we just about made our first book. There we go, a book, and that is much better. All right, you picking up books, dropping off books. Yep, just dreaming of books. It's not a bad way to be. All right, there we go. And now our research is increasing. Okay, our research is increasing well. We've got a lot of coins to play with. Let's go back into our research and let's see. First of all, always with a goal. Always have a goal in mind. Aim of the game: get to tech level 10 or build the Omni Temple. So, what do we need to do at tech level? We need wood wheels and we need stone bricks. To make stone bricks, I know we need masonry, so we might as well unlock that. And to make wood wheels, I believe we've already unlocked it, which is part of the woodworking. So if I have a look at the recipes available in the workshop, yeah, we can make a wooden wheel, and that is just wooden planks. So this brings me to actually another interesting point. This is a weird game in that you're better off building more intermediate buildings than adding workers to it. Because we built this, with one worker we get 1.1 a second. That's because happiness provides a bonus. We can ignore that. So say this is producing 1 production a second. If we add another person, it just adds another half a production a second. If we build a whole other one of these that has 1 worker, we actually gain another 1 production a second. So, as you can see, we are actually better off building a whole new one over here rather than trying to feed stuff over there and have you making wooden wheels. Now, we only need 10 wooden wheels, and we actually don't need a whole lot of wooden wheels in this game, full stop. So, what I like to do is just build some crates. And what we're going to do now is you are going to grab a plank and drop off there, and you are going to grab wheels and drop off there. And that will allow us here to make 20 wheels. We only need 10. And once we've done this, we'll think about bringing them into the general store, which is actually probably what we want to do now that I think about it. So if I put this crate over here, it'd actually be a much better spot for it. This crate here, I just need someone to empty it. There we go. Pick up those and drop it off there. All right, because we can't move a crate that has a storage building that has anything in it, unless it's empty. All right. So yeah, the other thing we need is stone bricks, and we're actually going to need quite a bit of stone bricks in the future, which brings us to. I'm just thinking here. Let's build a barn. Let's build a barn. All right. Let's move you one across. There we go. And it's smart enough to know that all the people go with it. Let's build a barn. So barns have storage 50 in each slot. We can filter individual lines, which is fantastic here. So if I wanted to say planks I want to have 100 planks, because planks are very important. I want to have wagon wheels, and it does mean we will have wooden wheels, sorry, not wagon wheels. It does mean that we will have 50 of them rather than 20, but that is okay. And then nothing. And then nothing. Okay. So, you are now picking up wheels and dropping them off there. You are now picking up... That's the pick up everything. So, if I click on here to pick up everything, that's specifically wheels. There we go. All right. So now we have this. Instead of whoever is going back here, which is whom? It is you. Okay, so you're now picking up planks and dropping them off in the barn. And what are you doing? You're picking up planks and dropping them off there. We are just out of planks. Is that it? Yeah. All right. Let's actually we'll increase production a little bit faster over here because no, let's not. We'll get to. We've got so many things to automate in the future. Once this is empty, we can just delete it. We don't need that. But now we have our 10 item wheels. Even if it drops below 10, this is not an issue. Let's quickly see if we can build our stonemason, which we can. We've got enough for it. All right, I'm going to build you here, and we are going to do what we did before. We are going to. I'm going to clear this out. So you're going to be making stone bricks. Thank you. You can pick up those and drop them off there. So I just want to clear this away. All right. Let's delete that. Let's temporarily just delete you, and then let's build a barn. Can't afford it because we don't have enough. Build a barn. We don't have enough stone. Yes, of course. All right. No surprises there. Let's pop in a couple more people working temporarily to get us to the barn. We need 10. We need 5 more. All right. New research is available. I definitely want to get these, but as you can see, they are red coins. And red coins require some stuff from the general store, which we are certainly getting very close to. And civics unlock some extra houses. We have a lot of coins. We have a lot of research. We might as well unlock it. There's actually no reason not to. We now can make more town centres, which I'm not really sure if there's 100% of a reason to do. But what we are going to do is pop in a few more houses here. We just had 2. All right, there we go. Connect them with roads so they get the happiness. Increases our rate of growth of happiness for here. Growth of happiness for here. More houses. Always build houses. Always have houses. All right. Let's see. We can now build our barn. Yes, we can. So I'm going to build the barn right here. And the reason for that is simple. Let's get all these people here to drop off everything there. Get you to drop off there, and we'll get you to drop off there as well. We are getting close to the end. All right. So now what I want to do, let's have 2 people mining some stone. Let's have 1 person putting some stone into there, and let's have this person picking that up and dropping it off here. No. Pick up stone, drop off here. What are you doing? You're picking up stone and dropping off there. All right. Now, and I haven't done the filters here, so we need to do that. All right. So let's get stone, stone brick. I guess we'll go there. I don't know if we can actually change that. If I set this one to stone, does it automatically? No, it doesn't. All right. So we'll leave that one. It's going to look a bit odd. Should have set these filters first, but there we go. At least it's a pattern. All right, so I have 100 stone and 100 stone brick. Those numbers seem like they're going up at a reasonable rate. And we'll get our 20 stone brick to get to tech level 3. We're breezing through the tech levels, the early tech levels, but what we don't have is our wagon wheels. So let's get you picking up wagon wheels and actually dropping them off over here, which will start to provide red coins. There we go. On the screen there we see each wagon provides 3 red coins. Already we've got 6 red coins. Because what we really want to get to, I rotate it again. Let's get the research up. Wooden conveyor belts. My goodness, these these are definitely required. We need to get to basic logistics first, which is our 20 red for that. We also want to get shoots. Shoots, probably not that important for us at the moment, but here we go. New tech level, lots of new stuff. Farming, forestry, automatic mining of trees. We'll definitely be making a lot of those. Kitchen, beautiful. Tailor, all these things amazing. We're also at a happiness level 3, so let's get our extra houses, another 4 houses. All right. Let's get you. I'm not sure if that one's covered. We'll see. We'll see if that one's covered. If we connect this up and then come over here, you're connected, you're connected, you're connected, and you're connected. Beautiful. All right. So now we have our 14 houses. We're up to 50 workers, which is great. We can upgrade you for 100 coins. Yeah, we've got 300 coins. Let's do it. That should give us a little bit more happiness boost, and we're just kicking through. We're kicking through. We're also at 30 minutes. So with our supply here, let's quickly get our basic logistics. Beautiful, and all these things will become clear. New research available, but we've unlocked pusher, sorter, splitter. We'll see what those do. Wooden conveyor belt. We need 40 red coins. So we'll. I guess we're saving that for the next episode, because this is the basics of the game. Once we get our conveyor belts, we can finally move away from using all these people to maneuver goods around. Conveyor belts and chutes, all good stuff. All right, we're actually there now. So let's unlock our wooden conveyor belts, and there is. We'll leave the pop-ups because I haven't seen absolutely everything in the game yet, so might as well leave it in there. But conveyor belts open up the world of automation, where we can get our peasants to, just chill in the factories rather than being out in the fields. But for now, we've got... I do see a problem here. We've got our stone being consumed faster than we're using it. So let's actually just pop down a few more miners. We've got heaps of people to play with. How are we going here? We're going all right. We've got a heap of lumber in... You know what? I'm also going to do. I'm also going to do this. Let's get you have some plain old wood. Yeah, and we'll get a bit of a stockpile of that going as well. Just in case we need it. I'm not sure of the stuff that needs it. There we go. All right. But that'll increase our little log pile. So we've got all of our materials up here. This is also fully customizable. We can change stuff around, and I'll be going through that as we go. Likewise, this hotbar, we can drag from the name here. Don't drag from here. Drag from the name, and we can pop those in the hotbar. Splitter, grabber. These are a couple of things that I use a lot. And we'll get probably chutes and wooden conveyor belts up there. All right, and we'll just play around with this, and I really like that we can make this into whatever we want. I don't necessarily use the number keys so much as just clicking around, because it's not a fast-paced game. It's quite relaxing. You can certainly get into a death spiral of resources, but we'll hopefully we don't go there, and we won't have to restart. But if we do, we do. The other thing before we finish off, you can see this map, quite large, what we have access to, and you can purchase adjacent, orthogonally adjacent squares. I'm not sure how far out, whether that's the edge or whether that expands. Never got that far, but each one of these is going to have a lot more resources. The further out we get, the fancier resources we get. There's iron ore here. We've got some plants over here. We've got carrots. What do we got over here? Some fruit trees. We've got some apple trees. There is quite the variety of things it can do, and it is a game that really it pays to go wide, because the more variety of stuff you have, the more money you are producing. Up to a point, because eventually money is produced more than you can use it. But we are going to definitely leave it there, because that is all the time we have for. We've run a little bit over time, as we normally do. As always, look, first episode of a series. Let me know what you think of the game. I've just got to say, if you've made it to the end of the episode and you haven't heard me say this before, I will be making mistakes. I'm not a pro at these kind of things. I love these sort of Factorio style games. I love them to death, but you know, I always make mistakes, and I love hearing not narky criticism, but I love hearing people letting me know what I've done wrong and how I can improve. So if you've got any thoughts so far, drop them in the comments below. Thoughts on the game in general, all means, love to hear them. Also, look, if you want to support the channel, I've got links down on how you can do that. If you want to send some money my way, that would be fantastic. If you want to help the channel without doing that, then by all means, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe, hit the like, leave comments. All those things really help us creators. And with all that said, catch you next time. Oh, thanks to my patrons. Oh, man, I almost forgot. It's been so long. Got to say thanks to my wonderful patrons already. You guys mean the world. Thanks, and catch you next time.